What's up, Ragin Nation? How's it going? This is Alex, and you're watching the Ragin Ronin review. In this video, I'm going to share with you my thoughts on how I feel about the new, recently released Gem and the Holograms movie trailer. If you don't already know, yesterday they'd released the new trailer for Gem and the Holograms, the live-action film directed by Jon M. Chu. And it looks like a lot of people are saying the same thing about it. Do I share the same feelings? I'm going to let you know in just a minute. What I'm going to do right now is we're going to go back in time and we're going to talk about the history of Gem and the Holograms, because I want to share with you my relationship with Gem and the Holograms. Not that I have a relationship with them, but at least I was a fan. Now, I'm a fan because of a thing called Super Saturdays. Super Saturdays was a cartoon series which happened every Saturday morning, and it was a half-hour show that included 3 separate cartoons. And in no particular order, I'm just going to name a few. Inhumanoids, Robotics, Gem and the Holograms. And then when one of the cartoons was over, because all the episodes are done, it would be replaced with another cartoon. For example, Bigfoot, okay? That was one I didn't really care a whole lot about, but I at least enjoyed Inhumanoids, Robotics, and Gem and the Holograms. So I became a fan of Gem and the Holograms. In fact, I liked it so much that I was, like a lot of other kids, a lot of other male kids, I put my tape recorder to the speaker of the TV and I recorded the songs that Gem and the Holograms jammed, okay? And I did that because the songs were good. I wanted to listen to them again and again and again, and I really enjoyed it. I really liked Gem and the Holograms. I can't say that I'm a huge fan, but I am a fan enough to really look forward to the live-action film. When they announced that they were going to come out with a Gem and the Holograms live-action film, I was so there. I was like, you know what? I want to watch this movie as much as any other live-action version of a cartoon that I used to watch, whether it be He-Man or Inhumanoids or G.I. Joe or Transformers. I just want to watch it because I grew up watching these as a kid, okay? Now, and then later on, they announced that they were going to get Jon M. Chu to direct Gem and the Holograms. And I was a little bit skeptical at first because of G.I. Joe Retaliation. G.I. Joe Retaliation wasn't great at all. The only scene that was great was the ninja fight on the mountain. That's it. Everything else was just a pure mess. It was sloppy, and Jon M. Chu, he claimed that he was a big fan of G.I. Joe. He said he grew up with it, but you know what? He could have told a way better story had he really done a better job with that. But anyways, moving on to Gem and the Holograms, I was a little bit skeptical about Jon M. Chu directing, but I remembered that he was also director. He was also the director of the Step Up films, a couple of Step Up films, and that was more his forte. Because if you don't already know, Jon M. Chu actually comes from a background of music. He actually knows how to play a lot of musical instruments, and because of that, I think that he can tell a better story had it been more of a musical story. Okay, a musical storytelling, if you will. All right. So you know what? Maybe this would be a better choice for a film for him to direct. Okay, so I gave it a chance, okay? And, well, I saw the trailer, and I gotta tell you, it is an absolute outrage. It's not outrageous at all. It doesn't have enough pizzazz. No, that's not it. It is just a pure outrage. The problem with this movie, from what it appears, is that where are Gem and the Holograms? Where is the cartoon that I used to enjoy? It doesn't have any of that there. What this looks like is a generic girl story. A girl becomes a rock star story. Girl becomes a singer, girl becomes a dancer, girl becomes popular and becomes a superstar. We've seen this story before, and it isn't called Gem and the Holograms. It's called a whole bunch of other movie titles that already exist out there. It's a very generic story. And what they've done right here is come up with that story again and slap on the title Gem and the Holograms. Why do they need to call it Gem and the Holograms? I have no idea. The only thing I can think of is that they just want to use the brand. And well, the brand really only exists in the minds of people who grew up watching those cartoons. That cartoon, rather. And if this doesn't look a thing like, you know, what they grew up with, we are not interested. And I think I can speak for a whole lot of other fans, and that is, we are not interested. We do not want to see this crap because it does not share any of the elements that Gem and the Holograms have. based on what I've seen on this trailer. Okay. Gem and the Holograms has a lot of very specific things. For example, they have rival bands like the Misfits, the Stingers. I did not see that in the trailer. Also, she does something with her earrings and something happens. Another thing is, what is this? This looks like she's part of some kind of like, looks like war paint. She's part of some tribe and she's about to go to war. Okay? And you know, what is that? Okay? And then what about the holographic computer? Synergy. Where's synergy? There is not a single emphasis on synergy. This is something that they completely changed and got rid of. Where is the sense of adventure? One of the things I loved about Gem and the Holograms as a cartoon is that it was an adventure. She went on like different kind of journeys, and like she came across all types of situations which felt like, okay, this is entertaining. Okay, all I see here in this trailer is this girl who, you know, she puts up a video on YouTube, and then it gets a zillion views, and then suddenly some agency wants to get her to become a star, and then for the most part she leads a double life. Okay, that is a regular girl and then the rock star. Okay, and the only conflict that I see is the bandmates, you know, having a conflict within each other. But I do not see the Misfits or the Stingers, okay? And they've completely forgotten what the essence of Gem was all about. They forgot all those elements, and they just slapped on a story of something that we've already seen before. This is an outrage. It's not outrageous, it is an outrage, okay? Now, the reason why this is so much more hated than Transformers and G.I. Joe is because in Transformers and G.I. Joe, it at least involves technology, okay? Transformers and G.I. Joe at least still exists today. Okay, and it's gone through a lot of changes. Gem and the Holograms is just something that existed in the 80s. I don't know how much more it existed later on, but Transformers, it has evolved. Okay, and they had all types of new vehicles. Optimus Prime and all the different characters went through all kinds of changes. Okay, but at least the essence of you know, Transformers is still in the first film. Not the other films, just the first film. Okay, that's the only one that's really good. Okay, but as for G.I. Joe, a lot of people didn't really like it that much, but I felt it was fun. Okay, because they at least had the different characters. The characters were specializing in different kind of tactics, and then they had all the different vehicles. That is cool. Okay, it's all about the vehicles. The vehicles are the toys that we used to love. They had a lot of really awesome vehicles, and I love that about the G.I. Joe film, Rise of Cobra. Okay, I can understand why a lot of people didn't like it, but now let's go back to talking about Gem and the Holograms. There is nothing that connects this live-action film with the cartoon. Nothing whatsoever. Only the title. That's it. I just saw 2.5 minutes of Gem and the Holograms in this trailer, and I don't see anything except for, okay, there's like a teen heartthrob, and then the bandmates get into some conflicts. You know, there's some little bit of jealousy. This is a movie made for the YouTube generation of kids. Okay, this is not something that was made for the fans of the original cartoon, and this poses a problem. Okay, this poses a problem because what is it? Is it Universal Pictures that is making this film? Universal Pictures, they you know, who's their or is it? Let me just look this up. Yeah, it's Universal Pictures. Okay, who is the demographic that Universal Pictures is targeting? Who is it? These fans of the '80s cartoon? Well, it better not be, because we aren't planning to watch this. Okay, is it the fans, or is it like? Or are they trying to introduce Gem and the Holograms to you know, the kids today who have never even heard of Gem and the Holograms from the 80s? If that's the case, then this movie is not going to do well at all. But I guess it doesn't really matter, considering it is a low-budget film. But the fact is that they just slapped on the title. They just slapped on the title, and then it's just Gem and the Holograms in name only. It doesn't mean a whole lot. Okay, it definitely doesn't mean a whole lot to me. I originally was looking forward to this film, but after seeing that trailer, I'm writing it off right now. Okay, I'm not gonna watch this movie, and you know, that's totally fine. It's, you know, whatever. I'll, you know, let the little girls, let the little teeny boppers watch it. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's kind of sad. It's sad that they would, you know, a big movie studio like Universal Pictures would take a property and just totally dismantle it. just dismantle it and take away a lot of the things that a lot of the fans would have loved to see. Now, if it had been, a more better representation, a more authentic representation of the cartoon in live action form, then they would make a hell of a lot more money because there's a lot of fans out there, okay? But they're really alienating their fans by making a poor movie, and, well, I am not interested in seeing what John M. Chu is gonna conjure up next. I'm just not, okay? If it's a movie that's based off of nothing, then sure. But if it's like if he's gonna make a He-Man movie or a freaking Inhumanoids movie or robotics movie, man, you know what? We are in for trouble, okay? There's gonna be hell to pay. Okay, anyways, those are my thoughts and feelings about Gem and the Holograms, the movie trailer. It's really unfortunate that this had to happen, but that's too bad. I really wanted to watch this movie, but he had to screw it up. Anyways, that's all I gotta say in this video. As always, if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like me on Facebook, The Ragin Nation. Also follow me on Twitter, @RaginNation. My name's Alex. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace. Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFeely will be the writers for Infinity War. All right, which is great. It's exactly what they need. Chris